Well guys, I'm about to meet this guy and stay at his place for a week. This could be really good or it could be pretty bad. In pursuit of my art career, I decided to go to New York on a whim. That is how I ended up in New York on this trip. I'm here. I'm pretty excited, a little nervous, just a little. My friends drove me too, so they know where I am. This will be fun. I've never been much of a planner my whole life. I actually think it's a skill that I should learn and develop. So this New York trip was everything that was spontaneous and sporadic. You guys might be curious as to how I ended up in New York staying at this random man's house. Just to introduce myself, my name is May. I am an artist that is currently trying to become a famous painter. I make abstract paintings and I like to interview people. One of my biggest dreams is to interview Lana Del Rey and have a good long chat with her because I feel like we see each other, except it's more like I see her at this very moment. But one day I'm gonna get to talk to her and I'm gonna interview her and I'm gonna make a painting for her and it's gonna be this wonderful, magical time. But this is actually the story about me going to New York because this is what I'm narrating for, but I'm getting sidetracked. I wanted to see if New York was a place where I would be able to thrive in the future. I have big dreams, you know, so I wanted to see what it was about. How did I meet this guy that I'm staying with? Well, I met him on Raya, which is a celebrity dating app. I think it's by Dakota Johnson's brother. I saw a clip of that surfing somewhere on the internet. I'm not exactly sure, but that would be very cool if it was Dakota Johnson's brother. Thank you for letting me on the app, despite not having a massive following at the moment. They saw something in me that I see myself, you know. They're predicting the future for me. We're gonna call him the Mister. We exchanged Instagrams, we exchanged numbers. He lived in New York and I'm in Boston, so the match wasn't like quite gonna work out because we lived so far away, but I knew he was in Brooklyn, and when my friend told me she was gonna go down to New York, I was like, ooh, let me just hitch a ride with her and go down to New York and see if I can stay with him, which is exactly what I did. So after we were talking for about a month, we weren't really talking. It was speaking with him through a series of Instagram likes, DMs, and response to Instagram stories. I asked him if I could stay with him for a week, and he said yes. Then I was at his door in Brooklyn. Well, guys, I am up. I am in New York, and I am alive. So, the first day of New York City was honestly amazing. New York is a city that every corner you turn, there is always something going on. Any door that you open, any person that you talk to, it is literally a place with a plethora of opportunity. Of course, you need to stay safe though. There's also a plethora of not amazing things in New York too, but I like to just focus on the amazing thing, okay? This is my story. I'm only focusing on the amazing things. Jump scare. Sorry, my bangs are looking a little wild. I cut them today, but I needed to interject a few things into my little New York vlog. First of all, I brought some conversation starters because I was like, ooh, there are a lot of interesting people in New York and I want to talk to them. I want to talk to the people of New York. So how am I gonna do that? I brought trinkets, and let me insert that clip right now. Okay, I'm here in his bathroom and I thought it would be good to show you what I brought. A little what's in my bag. You guys, I brought my trinket. Look at them. I brought the baby heads. I brought Lydia and Carter. And then I have my jar of ladies. But yes, I did bring them from home on purpose. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, the place here is really nice and the guy seems really cool. So, I mean, I'm fine. It's not every day I slide into someone's DM on Instagram and ask them if I can stay at their place. I think I'm gonna vibe it out, you know? So the Mister that I was staying with had work the first day that I arrived, so I embarked on my little journey alone. I am discovering how the train system works here. I'm a little lost, I'm not gonna lie. So why am I in New York? I think I'm in New York because I wanted to explore another city I wanted to see what it's like just because I've lived in Boston for so many years. I just want to know if I could thrive somewhere else, you know? And maybe I was getting a little too comfortable in Boston and I need to like step out of my comfort zone. I have made it out of the subway. I did it. I decided that I was gonna go to the store called 13 Crosby, which I went to last year when I had a little weekend trip to New York. I really liked that store. I met the owner and she was Japanese and we kind of connected upon that. And I bought some really cool stuff last year, so that's why I wanted to go back to see if they had more things. On my way, I was starting to realize that Soho was also where many of the art galleries were. So I went around to each galleries just to scope out the scene and talk to the people and ask them what the art scene was like. I did end up wandering into this gallery and became friends with the owner as well as the staff. I use the term friend very loosely. They might not call me a friend, but they are my friend, okay? They're my friends. And I did give them a baby head, so they're my friend. I'm just saying. We're like actually besties. I made some friends! Hello! Bye! I did try to follow them on their errand that they had to go run that day, but they're like, no, you cannot follow us. Like, we don't know who you are. But I honestly was ready because this trip was supposed to be an adventure for me, you know? I was just gonna do wherever the universe took me. Like, I don't know you, but I'm gonna follow you to wherever you're gonna go because why not? This gallery is really big. This is very cool. And the lighting is nice. I'm getting scared. I think I'm gonna go downstairs. Maybe I should just start walking into buildings and seeing if I can get in there. The goal for this trip is to try and get my paintings into a gallery here or sell my painting for $1 million. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but it's gonna happen. So I went to some of the art galleries and I think it's just kind of about meeting people. And I need to just put myself in a position to meet people, and I don't really know how to do that, but I'm gonna figure that out somehow. You know, I am optimistic. What was that? I'm scared. Anytime I did start feeling unsure during my outing that day, I told myself the mantra, everything is always working out for me. The universe is on my side. People want to buy your artwork. Feed the delusions as much as possible because Delulu is the Salulu. Or at least that's what everyone online says. But I would like to believe that in my heart because Delulu is the Salulu, guys. But basically, I wanted to base this New York trip on endless possibility and adventure and just the vibe and the magic of New York City, you know? Okay, I am thinking about getting this skirt. It does have shorts underneath the skirt, but then there's also another option. Okay, those are the second pair. I think if anything I'm leaning towards the skirt, but do I need another black skirt? Yes. And this one has shorts underneath. I don't really need more clothes. I keep trying to tell myself to not get discouraged about walking around New York aimlessly, just because it's a place that's full of opportunity. And that's the kind of way opportunity is. Like, you don't know where it is and you just have to kind of be optimistic. Here I am sitting on the floor of a fitting room talking to you guys. I'm back in Brooklyn, just chilling here. Hello. Today was a good day. The streets of New York, there's a plethora of fun that is to be discovered. And I'm glad I got to show someone my trinkets today. That's all I could ask for. The second day in New York, I was supposed to be hanging out with the mister, but he did have work. He's in the advertising industry, so duty called. You know that industry is always churning and churning and churning. It's always selling and selling, you know, to the people, to me, to you. So he wasn't able to go out with me, which was really sad. But I wasn't sure if he was going to be occupied for the full day, so I wanted to stay around Brooklyn just in case that he got out of work early. I really feel like I am developing a sense of adventure on this trip in New York. I'm stepping a lot out of my comfort zone, which I honestly feel like is very natural for me, but sometimes I get very anxious about it in my head. I have to go make my own adventure again today. Anytime I become uncertain and unsure of where I want to go, I spot the nearest person around me and I ask them, where should I go? I based my travel plans off of the people of New York. I'm headed to this Gothic cathedral, so that will be cool. I first asked this lady, after walking around in Brooklyn for a little, where I should go. She told me that I should visit the Gothic cathedral, and that would lead me right to Lafayette Street. So I marched myself over, which brought me to downtown Brooklyn. You guys, I think I'm in downtown Brooklyn. Here it is. I think I'm gonna start by going into the store. I have no idea what's up. Look at this. They're even selling the clock here. Wow. Wow. Is this a Japanese store? Wow. This stuff is super cool here. That is beautiful. Look at how cute this is. There's a moon. Look at all these trinkets. I want the Miffy lamp. I found the store called Urban Glass. Oh my god, this place seems really cool. Wow. This is so incredible. I would like to make some glass with some... Oh my goodness gracious. Do you guys see this? Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I love this one. Oh my goodness. Look at all the water in there. Urban Glass is like an art studio, storefront, and gallery space for the glass artists that are residing there. I don't think they reside there, but they work there. The girl at the register and I started talking, and I was telling her that I've been just asking the people of New York, letting them tell me where to go, and she told me that I should go to Bungee Space, which was across the bridge into Manhattan. So I texted the mister just in case he got out of work early and wanted to come along with me. But, you know, he was still busy, so I made my way there. So the lady at the glass store told me to go to this store called Bungee Space, and I have to go back onto the train. I'm pretty excited about this store, and I guess that's what today's about. The people of New York are just gonna tell me where to go. I'm back in Manhattan. I don't know where exactly I am at, but it's okay. I'm just happy to be here. I did stop by to eat some food at this ramen place, which I thought was a really cool and unique niche little store, and then I found out throughout my week that it's a chain. There were so many of these restaurants, and I was kind of like, oh, I didn't find like a cool little hole in the wall. Like, you have 10 of these other stores around Manhattan as well. It was still good, but I was a little disappointed that it wasn't cool and cute and underground. On the way to the Bungee store, I stopped and found the store called Ava Gallery, ran by this artist named Keon. And I got to chat with him. He had a really cool store. He makes amazing paintings and works on clothes as well. And I got to show him my little trinkets, and I did give him a baby head. And he invited me to one of his gallery showings the following Wednesday. So it was really cool that I was getting to meet people in New York and letting them dictate what I'm doing and just fully embracing that. Before going to the Bungee Space, I did accidentally walk into the new museum, and I asked one of the security guards if I should visit this museum and go look at their stuff, and he was like, yes. So I did go visit the new museum. It was actually really cool. I enjoyed their exhibit. It's a huge elevator. I'm kind of shocked, honestly. I meant to go to that store, but then I walked into this museum instead, so now I'm here. That was a very cool little interruption from my journey to the Bungee store, which I think is right around the corner. It should be here. I think I might see it. I finally made it to the store. The Bungee Space is this cool cafe slash store. It has some clothes. It has a lot of graphic design items that are made by independent artists, I think. But overall, the vibe is very cool. I feel like a lot of the work reminded me of my days as a graphic design student, and I could see a lot of my classmates' work being in this store. I did end up making my way back to Soho, and I found myself at this flash tattoo event going on, and I walked in just because it was so crowded and it looked really cool from the outside. I really want to go into that tattoo shop, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. $50 walk-in welcome. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, maybe I'm gonna head out. But then I saw the advertisement for tooth gems. And I've been thinking about getting a tooth gem for a while. So I was like, oh, this is kind of a perfect opportunity. And while I was thinking about getting this tooth gem, I got a text from my friend, Kwa, who visited me once in Boston, except he was actually visiting my roommate because my roommate is friends with his friend. Basically, we are mutuals that are removed, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know each other, but we know of each other. But he happened to be in Manhattan. He lives in New York, and he was in the area, so we decided to meet up. So he met up with me at the tooth gem store. Hi, I'm ready for my tooth gems. I don't know what gem to get. I'm so excited. I forgot to mention, the girl at the Urban Glass Studio also mentioned to me that there is this other gallery opening happening in the Lower East Side. I forget the exact location and where and what it was called, but I decided I was gonna go, which was why I was hanging around Soho and NoHo area. I knew later I could walk down to the Lower East Side to go to that event. So after getting my tooth gem and meeting up with Kwa, we decided to slowly start making our way over to the gallery opening that the girl suggested.
So you just go back to this?
Yeah, pretty much. I've just been staying there for the past few days, and
He's home?
yeah, today he was supposed to hang out with me, but then he had some work, so I was like, I'm not gonna wait because I don't know how long your work day is then, because he's in advertising. And on our way there is when I received the tragic text that the mister was no longer feeling like he wanted to host me. Or at least that's how I interpret it. He didn't quite say that, but he did text me this. He said, I finally finished working, but I'm not feeling well. I have been feeling more depressed, like I don't want to be around people. So then I texted him back, no, are you okay? He responded along the lines of, I don't know, I'm just really sad. So then I asked him, do you want me to stay somewhere else tonight? And then I texted him again saying, do you think you can keep my stuff safe? Because he wasn't really responding. And then he didn't even answer the questions that I asked him. He just texted me, are you mad at me? And of course I was pissed off, but I wasn't trying to show it. You know, I was trying to remain optimistic because I could have a bad attitude in this situation or have a good attitude, and I chose to have like a better attitude. But yeah, I was getting kicked out. So since I got kicked out, I'm gonna be staying with Kwa tonight, which is so kind of him. We will see where this adventure in New York takes us. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll find another person's place to stay at. So I texted him back saying, no, of course, I just want to make sure you're okay. I sent him one final text that night saying, I'm with a friend now and I can stay with him tonight. I'll come grab my stuff tomorrow. And he did not respond. And I was trying to remain calm at that point because like my laptop, my cameras, my hard drive was there, and my hard drive had all of my work. So I was really worried like maybe he might dump my stuff onto the street, and that was, that actually like, that thought enraged me. But he did not, so thank you to him. But I definitely feel like in the moment I was way too busy feeling anxious to really process and be mad about anything. I definitely feel like now as I'm reflecting upon it, I am feeling a little like, hey, you kind of screwed me over there. Maybe it was the universe, maybe it was God's timing, but thankfully I was able to stay with Kwa that night, who we just sporadically decided to meet that day. February 17th, the third day of my New York trip. I thankfully woke up in a warm bed. I got on the train back to Brooklyn in hopes to get my stuff, so I did send the mister a text asking him if I could stop by. And he responded, IDK, what do you mean stop by? Alright guys, I'm on my way to retrieve my stuff, but he literally won't respond to me, so I don't know if I can get my stuff. I'm gonna head back to Brooklyn from Hell's Kitchen. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous with the snow. Everyone's a little like, May, what the heck? What the heck? And I'm like, I know, like, LOL. At this point, I'm kind of like, to grab my stuff. Like, I texted him last night saying, can I come grab my stuff tomorrow? So in my mind, I'm like, what are we not understanding, you know? I had to convince the guy to let me get my stuff back from his place. And I'm like, dude, like, are you serious? Like, what do you mean you're like, maybe? Or like, okay. Like, I'm getting a little angry right now, but I'm not gonna show that to him because I think it would really freak him out and make him upset and sad. But maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Like, maybe he was not coherent yesterday when he was kicking me out. But I texted him back saying, I just want to grab my stuff. And when I arrived at his apartment, I rang the doorbell, and he can unlock the code with his phone, so he let me in. And he wasn't there. I think he was like walking his dog. So I started packing my stuff and really deciding what I want in my suitcase versus my bag that I was carrying around with me. I had a feeling that I was gonna stay in New York despite not knowing exactly where I was gonna stay. I was carefully deciding what's gonna go home with Eunice, my roommate. She was going back tonight, and I had the I'm getting ahead of myself! I'm getting ahead of myself! Okay, I have all my stuff, and honestly, I don't know, maybe I should just go to Boston and try to come back to New York another time. But I'm already here, so I'm like, maybe I should just stay. They had a whole week's worth of plans, you know? So I'm like, that's totally lame that I have to rearrange them, and I really don't want to rearrange them. But yeah, how did I get myself in this predicament? Lame. This is all my stuff. Me and all my stuff. If I was gonna make this trip work, I cannot be lugging around a suitcase. Everything that is on me is the only things that I'm gonna have for New York. As I was leaving, what are you saying, girl? Your words are getting mixed up. As I was leaving, I'm unsure because my plan is being thwarted. Maybe I should just go back to Boston because it's been so difficult. You know, like, is that the universe's way of saying it's time for me to go back home? Or am I just like being tested? I don't know. This is not the ideal conditions for me to travel with my suitcase. As I was leaving at 11:43, the mister texted me asking me, where are you? And I thought he was asking me, where are you? Because he was walking his dog and he like didn't have the courage to come back to his apartment knowing that I'm there packing my stuff up. So I texted him, I'm leaving right now. And then he responded to that text saying, really? With a question mark. And I was like, really? Like, what do you mean, really? Like, you really told me that you did not want to be around people. You really, like, acted like I should not come back here. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm confused. So I responded back to him saying, yeah, you said you wanted me to leave. Like, I mean, he didn't say that, but he did not confirm or deny that. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, what do you mean you're confused? Like, don't be confused about what you asked for. I'm not gonna, and also at this point, I was like, I'm not gonna stay with this man because he's too unpredictable. I can't have that. I can't have that. Even though it was a free place to stay, I cannot have that unpredictability because it's not the vibe. One train ride and one bus. I have arrived in Queens. And I'm gonna go see my roommate. I'm trying to remain optimistic. Honestly, I was kind of pissed off in the bus. And I'm starting to like be upset. I'm so glad I have my roommate's location though, because I don't actually know where they are, but I just know her iPhone location. You guys, I freaking made it. Eunice! Hi! I have not showered in a second because I did not get, well, I did yesterday technically. Hello everyone! Hello. Alright guys, I am back in the safety of my friends. No longer relying on the kindness of strangers. Doesn't always work out, guys, but we found another kind stranger to rely on tonight, so don't worry. I was just so interested with the way that this went down, which we will get into later. It feels good to just be around the people that I know right now. Okay, but there was this guy who did DM me on Instagram because I did literally put a little story post being like, in New York, does anyone have a place for me to stay? And this guy swiped up and was like, I do. And I don't know how I know him. I think I might have matched with him on Raya as well. Oh my god, Raya should sponsor this video actually, because the Raya escapade is crazy out here. I was at Eunice's friend's house. I've met them through raving. I don't know them as well, but Eunice and her boyfriend know them a lot better than me. But yeah, I finally made it to Igor's house. I got to shower, which I was really happy about because I had no idea when the next shower I had was gonna be. And during this time, I put a message out on my Instagram story, putting it out in the universe, looking for a place to stay in New York. And just to see like if anyone would respond to that and let me stay with them in New York. And another guy did offer his place to me, but then he retracted because he felt uncomfortable. So I don't blame him for that, honestly. Maybe next time I visit New York, I will see him and befriend him. The friend group made our way down to Long Island because we were going to Round One Stadium and we wanted to play the crane game machine.
Getting ice cream. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, the strawberry one is good too.
Small and cute.
I know. Yeah.
Honestly, hanging out with them let me forget about all the stress from yesterday and this morning, which was really good. I think it helped me build up my confidence again after feeling really shaken by the events of being kicked out very abruptly. But I definitely think being in that comfortable place with my friends was what I needed in that moment. So I was really lucky that I had Eunice and JFam and Shao with me, and getting to hang out with them was so wonderful. I did have the option of going back with Eunice and John that night, but I knew in my heart that I really wanted to make this New York trip work. I almost felt like the universe was kind of testing me to see like if I would give up just because of this small road bump. So I was determined to make this New York trip work, especially because I had some plans. I wanted to see my friend that I was going to visit on Sunday. I wanted to see that art show. I also wanted to meet up with the art gallerist and talk to him, and I wasn't gonna be able to do that if I went home, so that's why I was determined to stay. So Eunice made her way back home with John to Boston, and I made my way back to Manhattan into Times Square. I got to Kwa's house with my Vivienne Westwood fanny pack, my gigantic oversized Cos bag, and my Kuromi makeup bag and the clothes on my back. I wore about 5 layers because I knew that the clothes that I had on were going to be the clothes that I would be wearing for the rest of the trip. I wore a black tank top, a long sleeve dress, a oversized Harley Davidson t-shirt that I thrifted, and my favorite checkered sweater that Gretchen knitted for me. That evening, Kwa and I went to a house music party, and then afterwards, I got the full experience of the New York Midnight Pizza Slice. I'm not gonna lie, today made me feel pretty doubtful of my plans. Made me feel like sad. It just made me feel very unsure, a little panicked, obviously, but I think it taught me that I can trust myself and have faith. Also that there are still kind people who want to help me or can help me. Sunday, February 18th, the 4th day of my New York trip. I woke up feeling good and well rested, but I was a little stressed because I wasn't sure where I would be staying for the rest of the trip. Luckily for me, Kwa told me that I could stay with him until Tuesday, which was the day that we previously planned on hanging out before I went on this trip. So I kept DMing people on Instagram, putting it out in the universe, trying to find a place to stay for the last 2 nights of my New York trip. Today I was meeting with an old friend of mine, Haley. This was one of the main reasons why I stayed in New York. I have not seen Haley since we graduated in high school, and I just had to see her. I didn't care if I did not know where I was gonna go next. I just knew I had to meet up with her. I missed her. We had so much fun together in high school, so I really risked it all for that. To be honest, I looked through a lot of my Google photos and I watched the videos that I've taken of her years ago, and I just still laugh at them to this day. So I was really glad that I got to see her on Sunday, and I felt very fulfilled meeting with her.
Like, okay, we got like 10 minutes.
The trinket. Okay, this one's not scary, so you can close your eyes.
Do you know how bad I've been wanting one of your little fucking baby heads? Are you like kidding me?
Yeah, I wanted you to have one for sure, so I made sure to save one for you.
And you 3D print these?
Yes.
Guys, I've been wanting these for, I think, like 2 years now, since you've been making them.
Yeah.
I always see them on
I
your
printed out for this trip to give out to the people. This is my edition 2 of them.
You have a very distinct brand, which is why I think you will go very far.
I do.
You actually always did.
Yeah.
You always did, even in
I
high
was
school.
very crazy.
I don't even want to get in the school.
I don't think those are cute. Oh my gosh.
Boy.
That is so cute. That is adorable.
Not really though.
What in the world? Oh my god. No. Not today. Not today. It can't hurt though. Look at these. What in the world? Look at these off-branded Sunny Angels. Okay, but you know what might get me? One of these. I never thought I would want to collect them, but now I'm seeing them and I'm seeing the appeal. We have to go back to the restaurant because I left my credit card there. My goodness. No. Okay, where's the phone for this one?
I do love these ones.
I thought these were like 20 bucks, to be honest. Okay, I think I should get one. The bunny one only? So you're not here for all of them. Okay. So how do you know if it's gonna be the bunny?
You don't.
I bet the bunny one would be heavy.
Right?
So feel all of them. Feel the weight.
Because this one feels pointy. Like, you squeeze the side.
I didn't think about that.
So I don't think this one is the bunny.
Okay, so this is relatively small.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bunny.
We're looking for the bunny. I'm able to use my clairvoyance, my psychic abilities. Ooh. Nah. Wait, they're all feeling a little similar.
Or I could do the loop ear rabbit. The lop ear rabbit. That would be cute.
I think I want to do... No, this isn't the one. I don't feel this
not
one.
the one.
Which one's feeling... I don't feel... Okay, I need to figure out which one I feel most connected to. Spiritual being. Tell me which one is meant for me. The Sunny Angels! Where should we open them? On the street? On the squad on the side?
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
The bus is gonna be like, hello?
Oh my gosh. This is a lot.
This is a lot to process. Dun 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 dun! Oh my gosh!
Ay.
It's closed on the inside too!
You ready?
I definitely didn't get the bunny.
You ready?
How do I open it?
Right here. There's a little 1, 2, 3.
I fucking knew it!
No fucking way.
That's too good!
You're a joke.
Oh, that's the universe telling you were supposed to get this.
Literally.
Look at this! Oh my god, it matches your hat!
Oh gosh, it's so cute.
Hello!
Oh,
This is cool. This is really like the vibe of Chinatown. These are nice scarves. Should I get an NYPD hat?
yeah.
I love the police. They have like a dessert place here and one over there. This is crowded. That's probably good. But then there's this place which is also crowded. So this is probably good too. Wow. Oh, this is an ice cream. Wow, this is where all the side street stuff is. Clink. Ooh. I like the Oreo. All right, bye Haley. Oh, so good seeing you. Oh, so fun. Okay, maybe I'll be out here sometime soon.
No, you have to.
Monday, February 19th, the 5th day of my New York trip. At this point, I started getting kind of burnt out from this trip. It was from a lot of the excitement and also the anxiety of the trip. Hey guys, I think it's Monday. I had such a good day yesterday, but today it's like already almost 1 p.m. and I haven't even left. So I think my body is getting a little tired and it wants to have a chill day. So I'm gonna be going to Washington Square Park and seeing what's up out there. I would say because it was a trip for me, I was just going, and I wasn't resting as much, especially in the first few days of the trip. So I really exerted all of my energy on the first, second, and third day. And kind of the fourth. Me and Haley were walking around that day.
The city is so interesting. There's so much to see, so much to listen to. You almost don't even need any music.
But I started reaching a point of burnout by the 5th day on this trip. And this day I agreed to meet with the gallerist and have a chat with him. So I knew I had to be in the Soho area. So I decided that I wanted to see what Washington Park was like.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm here. I see the monument. Look at the monument. It's almost like I'm in France, but in New York, right? New York seems like such a fun place to live on, or at least I'm having a fun time, but it also seems a little expensive.
So I made my way to Washington Square Park and I just chilled there for a few hours. I observed my surroundings and I watched the skaters do their thing. There was a man who controlled the pigeons, which was honestly really crazy and amazing at the same time. There was a lot of life there. There were drummers, there was music, there were people doing interviews. It was really fun to watch everyone. I had about like 5 hours to kill before meeting up with the gallerist, so I spent some time walking towards Soho once again.
Maybe I should stop by and eat something here. I don't know. I don't think it's calling to me quite like something could. I think I'm still gonna keep walking around. I think I'm back in Soho. It was a very quick walk, honestly. It's getting a little chilly, or maybe I'm hungry. Maybe I'll find something to eat. I don't know, what should I do? There's an art and design store. Maybe I should go in there. What are you doing here, Christine?
Hi.
What are you doing here? Oh my gosh! All right, well, bye. Good to see you. Bye-bye. I want to eat my cookie, but I have a quesadilla coming up because I am a little hungry. I'm gonna wait. I don't know what is going on at this cafeteria in Bloomingdale's, but it is taking 30 minutes to get a quesadilla, and I don't even have the quesadilla yet. I will be going to the gallery right after this. I'm very excited. Hopefully I can sell a painting for like $1 million, you know. First one, you know, start off the bar's a little easy to achieve. Easy to achieve. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna happen. I'm just that girl. I want something to happen, I try to make it happen, you know? Finally. I can't believe this took 30 minutes.
I really left no stone unturned in the Soho area. I really took a look at everything there. I went to the MoMA store, which is a great store because there's always these little trinkets and you can spend so much time looking at everything in there. I would like to imagine that my future apartment or house will be furnished similarly, but definitely with more plushies. I was getting some stares from the sales associate though because I was fully relaxing in the chairs and playing the piano just because I had so much time to kill and I did not want to be outside. It was a little cold. And then after the MoMA store, I went into a few other stores. I made my way into Bloomingdale's because I figured they had a bathroom in there and I was right. I found a cafe there. I don't recommend that cafe. It actually was trash. It was actually embarrassing because I was like, why was the quesadilla this much and why did it take 30 minutes to come out and why does it literally only have cheese? Not to rag on it, but I am ragging on it because that was embarrassing. After I ate my little quesadilla, I made my way over to the gallerist and I got to talk to him and get to know him a little more.
I'm really confused as to why it took that long. I'm just happy I have it now. And honestly, the timing worked out perfectly. I have like 20 minutes to eat, and then I'll head towards the gallery. It's literally just cheese and tortilla. It's so hot. My cookie. This might be the only thing that was worth the $4, to be honest. It's so big. It looks so good. Honestly, the food here is trash. All right, I'm going to meander over to the gallery.
I have no idea if this will help me in my art career or if it won't, but you know what? We gotta sniff out all the leads, you know what I mean? To talk to the gallerist for maybe like an hour. We were honestly just getting to know each other as people and seeing our lives and seeing what we're about, which was really nice. You know, it's good to make new friends, guys.
I am back in Times Square. I did get to talk to the gallerist and, you know, we got to know each other, which was really nice. Yeah, wow. I think that is seriously like Times Square. I don't know where the place is where you walk around and stuff, but look at that. I'm hoping that one day my paintings do get into a gallery, whether it be his or someone else's. But maybe I will become a frequent visitor of New York now. Now that I've made some friends to visit, maybe I will move here. I don't know yet. We're gonna have to figure that out. I feel like my mouth is like wide open most of the time because I'm in disbelief. I can walk 3 blocks down here, which I kind of do want to see everything. So it's 2 blocks.
Are you vlogging right now?
Yeah?
New York is the best, man.
New York is the best.
We outside. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, the 6th day of my New York trip, February 20th. This was the day that Kwa and I planned out a month in advance. Before my New York trip, we decided that we were gonna hang out on this day.
We are on the way to the trimming store, I got this hat yesterday though, so it'll keep me warm.
I wanted to make wrap skirts with him, so I brought lace fabric for us to work with. I'm inspired by this girl who runs a store online called The Dead Store. She's super cool, makes amazing works of clothing, and her makeup is insane. But the skirt that I made was inspired. Honestly, I copied her work low-key.
That's not very comfortable. This is also not very comfortable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is what they make prom dresses out of.
But I wanted to make it for myself. That was the whole thing. I'm not trying to like steal her thunder. I just loved what she made and I wanted to make it for myself. But my friend Kwa has a sewing machine and we got to sew together and we had such a wonderful day together.
Chest opener. This is like a, oh my gosh, glittery things.
We decided to visit a trim store just to get some pieces for the skirt that we were making, and we visited a fabric store on the way. We made 3 items. We made 2 different wrap skirts and a pair of shorts that have kind of a skirt attached to them.
Get through this.
It definitely will. It's pretty big. There you go. Wait.
And then after that, we decided to walk around Times Square because he lives right outside of it. And we really got to appreciate the billboards and the signage and all the bright lights that Times Square is. I never actually realized how small Times Square was until this moment. I didn't realize it was only like 2 or 3 blocks because I feel like every movie ever makes Times Square seem like this huge thing when it's really not. It was actually kind of crazy to me that I was like, huh, like people like come around the world to see this. Like, go to Tokyo, okay guys? Like, you want to see digital screens? Go to Tokyo. But you know what? New York is a sight to see too. I loved it. This night, Quad decided that it was okay for me to stay with him for the rest of the trip, which I was so thankful for. So I was very fortunate that things worked out for me in that sense. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Wednesday, the 7th or 6th day of my trip. We woke up pretty late. We were very tired from the nights before, staying up pretty late and sewing. And I finished sewing my 3rd wrap skirt and we decided to head to Flushing that day.
We're on our way to Flushing. We're gonna get hot pot today. Oh. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I didn't know that all of the major hot pot places were not in Manhattan. So when I looked up hot pot locations, they all turned out to be in Flushing, which was kind of confusing considering there's a Chinatown in Manhattan. But when I got to Flushing, I was like, this feels a lot more like Chinatown. I'm not gonna lie. But what do I know? I'm just a spectator. I'm a visitor. I don't know, you know? So I don't think it's my place to say that. But yeah, Flushing feels more like Chinatown. I'm not gonna lie. We went to Happy Lamb. We were going to Heidi Lau, but Heidi Lau was kind of expensive, so we decided to go to Happy Lamb instead. And then after, we stopped by a phone decorating case, and I got to decorate a phone case.
Yeah. Everything's so cute. This is the vibe of the charms that we're going with.
It zooms in.
It does zoom in. Okay, I think this is the vibe we're going for. And then we're gonna glue them all down. I'm scared. I'm scared.
I think a paycheck.
A paycheck?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Just kidding. I'll consider it. Ah, I'm scared. Does this look bad?
I mean, right now maybe.
Ah!
Wait, no, there's something.
I'm
You
scared.
just lay it on.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. And then after decorating the phone case, we made our way to the financial district, which is Wall Street, I think. That's where this art gallery that Keon invited me to. I'm pretty sure it was Wall Street, like the one that they made the movie about with Leonardo DiCaprio and Margot Robbie. I think it's like Wolf of Wall Street, right? I think that's the movie.
So this is the street they made that movie.
Anyways, it's a famous movie. You guys definitely know what I'm talking about. But we went to the gallery opening and it was by Anderson Contemporary. And I got to see Keon again, which was really nice. And I got to meet a lot of other artists. There was like really cool people. There was this guy who had a little mink rag doll named Max. And he carries his like little weed in it and it's so cute. And I showed him my little trinket. I showed him my jar of ladies, and we got to share each other's trinkets, which was really wonderful. I would definitely say the gallery and environment and the people it attracts are very interesting. Some collectors, some people are there to network, other people are the artists. You know, it just brings like so many walks of life. So I really enjoyed observing that environment and getting to know the people there. On the last day of my trip, Thursday the 22nd,
It's time to go home.
I went to Penn Station really early. That is all I did that day. I sat my butt down in Penn Station and I waited for my train for like 3 or 4 hours. And the Amtrak takes about 5 hours to Boston. So I really did not do anything that day. I was in a complete vegetated state, just being so tired from my New York trip. And also kind of in disbelief that I somehow made this trip work. But yeah, the last day I did not capture any footage. I gave up basically. So I'd like to report back that I made it home, thankfully. And yeah. Just a few thoughts on my New York trip. I don't know what the reflection is. Honestly, I don't know what the craziest part of this trip was. Was it the trinkets that I brought? Was it me getting kicked out? Or was it the fact that I kept my trinkets even though I got kicked out? I was like, yeah, I might not have a place to stay, but these are coming with me. And I don't know what's crazier, the fact that I did that. But anyways, I am safe, I'm alive. Clearly some time has passed because look at these bangs and look at this haircut. I did it today, guys. I did it today. And it is, what? It's April tomorrow and my New York trip was in February. I wish I had a little bit more of a conclusion of what I could say about my New York trip. But honestly, my mind is running a blank and my makeup looks really good. So I just wanted to chat here. But I'm very grateful for the New York trip. I learned a lot of experiences. I met some very wonderful people. Would I recommend you to do this? You personally? No, I don't. I don't recommend anyone to do this except for myself. Because honestly, it was pretty dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, but is that gonna stop me from doing dangerous things in the future? Definitely not. There's something in here that's a little different sometimes, you know? I'm just documenting what happened in New York and making a video about it. You know, one could say that this trip was quite risky. One could also say that it was stupid, risky and stupid, but I still had fun. I'm not gonna lie, I would do it again. And I would do it again.